So you're cruising to a colder destination like Alaska or the Norwegian Fjords with your kids, and you look at the packing list and you're like, how am I bringing all that stuff? Well, today I'm sharing with you my minimalist packing for a cold weather destination. We are going for a 13-night Norwegian Fjord cruise. I am so excited, but it comes with extra challenges when you are cruising with kids. I did a video on what I packed for myself, and today I'm sharing you the kids version. So basically, think of how many days your cruise is. For us, it's 13 days. Added on pre and post cruise, we are gone for 17 days, needing 17 days worth of clothes. So how often do you want to wash? Do you have access to laundry? When we cruise with Princess, we have access to self-serve laundry, but because of my elite status, we also have access to free them do it for you laundry. But the self-serve laundry is fantastic. So if you're on a cruise line that you can do self-serve laundry, highly recommend doing it. Otherwise, if you're like us currently sailing on Royal Caribbean, we won't have access to laundry during that time, unless we want to pay per item or unless we are lucky and they do the bag sale. But with plus size clothing for myself and then also having clothing for my daughter, one bag is very easy to fill up. So we try not to use that as much as possible. I often will hand wash my clothing for our warmer destination cruises, but for a colder destination cruise, it often means thicker clothing. So we will be hand washing, but I only want to hand wash once. Thankfully, my daughter's clothes are a lot thinner and lighter weight and easier to dry, so that makes things easier, but it still is a bit harder. I will be doing a different video for our warm weather cruise to the Southern Caribbean, so make sure to subscribe if you want to check that out later. But for now, let's get into what I'm bringing for my daughter. I talked about it in the video for my clothing, but we divide up our clothing so that way if our luggage was lost, we still have clothing that we can then hand wash and be able to use. My ideal is that we have 3 outfits. So we have our outfit that we are wearing. I always fly with an outfit in the carry-on. I have a kid, accidents happen. Even like for international flights as an adult by myself, I always had to change of clothes with me because you spill things, whatever, right? But then also with my brother traveling now with us with check luggage, we're also divvying up an outfit into his bag and he'll put an outfit of his in our bag. So that way, if one of our suitcases was lost, whoever the other people were, would still have 3 outfits. So one in the check luggage of the other person, plus one in the carry-on, plus the one that we are wearing. So for our cruise, that's what we are doing. Even though it is a cold destination cruise, we are in Amsterdam for a few days and we are in southern Norway for a lot of our ports at the beginning. So we are bringing some shorts. So for my daughter, I'm bringing 5 pairs of shorts. These, I'm honestly going to just put all of them in the check luggage because I feel like the flight is probably going to be on the cooler side. And although I don't mind wearing capris on that flight, I don't know that I want her wearing shorts. So pants for my daughter, I am bringing a total of 8 pairs of pants. Now for my daughter, bringing extra bottoms. My daughter is still in diapers. She has leaks sometime. So we prefer not to do that, but accidents happen. So 2 pairs of pants will go into my carry-on, 2 pairs of pants will go in my brother's check luggage, and then the remaining 4 pairs of pants will go into our check luggage, mine and my daughter's. They are thin, they're lightweight, they're easy to wash. They also don't take up much space in the luggage. So for me to bring 4 pairs, like, look how small this is. And I'm not even doing this in a way that I would do it when packing it. So very lightweight, easier to bring extra pairs. Even locally, like we went to the city yesterday to celebrate my daughter's birthday, and I still brought like 3 or 4 pairs of shorts, because things happen. Again, even though it's colder destination, I find that on the ship, it can be quite nice inside. My daughter also tends to be on the warmer side naturally. I wish I was. I'm usually cold. But even for me, I find that t-shirts are comfortable around the ship. They keep it at a pretty good temperature. So for her, I'm bringing a total of 8 different t-shirts. So 1 will go in our carry-on, 1 will go in my brother's check luggage, and then 6 will go into our check luggage. And I often like these types of little dress things, especially for when she's just wearing shorts underneath. They're thin, again, lightweight, easy. They're also really easy to change her diaper in. We do standing diaper changes. And so even if we're in a public bathroom and the change table is in the public area, like everyone can see what's going on, I can still change her and have her be modest. I'm also bringing 8 long sleeve shirts, t-shirt kind of shirts. Again, they're thin, they're lightweight. 1 will go in my carry-on, 1 will go in my brother's check luggage, and the 6 will go in my check luggage. This again, that way she has a long sleeve and a short sleeve in each bag. She'll probably wear a t-shirt with a zip-up hoodie on the plane. That tends to be our go-to kind of thing. But having this many shirts, you're probably like, oh my gosh, that means that she has 16 different shirts. That's 1 per day. Yes, but my daughter is messy. very messy eater. She spits up. She's messy. She's a kid. She's messy. So by having this many shirts, I don't have to wash them as often. Although they are lightweight, I can wash them as much as I need to, but it just makes it a little bit easier for me to not have to worry about laundry while I'm on vacation. I often will do laundry on like sea days. We do not have many sea days on this cruise, so we are going to be very busy. With our Mediterranean cruise, it's 21 days, but we only have thin and lightweight stuff. Also, it's with Princess, so I don't have to worry about laundry, but it's much easier to do this with a warmer destination than it is for a colder destination, just because it is thicker stuff that needs longer time to dry and also just takes up more room in your suitcase. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing, sharing this channel, sharing this video. Also, I have a private Facebook group where I share tips and tricks and advice and destinations, all that kind of stuff in the private Facebook group. It's also a little bit easier than YouTube because you can post a question and I can see it and answer it on there, or other people can answer it. On YouTube, it's very much connected to a single video. But anyway, if you have Facebook, go check out that group, facebook.com/groups/travelingbeyondboundaries. And the links are in the description. But anyway, let's keep going. My daughter doesn't really like pajamas. She, like I said, runs warm. Nighttime, she wants nothing to do with blankets, nothing to do with anything. So nighttime, she tends to sleep in these just like onesies. These are from H&M. If you're looking for onesies for bigger kids, I like the H&M ones. They run on the bigger side. This is actually size 2 to 3. My daughter's in size 5 to 6 right now. She's 6 years old. But yeah, these run on the bigger side, but they're just so nice because my daughter, like I said, is still in diapers. So I don't like having her not have bottoms on. I like having one thing where we don't have to worry about accidents in the middle of the night. But anyway, I'll bring 3 of these on our cruise. They're thin, they're lightweight. I can wash them by hand super fast if needed. And she's only wearing them at nighttime. She's not eating with them on. So it saves our laundry a lot when we don't have to eat in them. I forgot to mention in my video, but I will be bringing a dress for formal nights. I think there's a formal night, a dress your best night, and then like there's a Caribbean night and a blue night. Like there's a few theme nights, a white night. We don't do white. Oh, I just realized my daughter could wear this on white night. I do not do white, but this was like the first outfit I bought for my daughter. Those that have been around for a while. I bought this actually after meeting with the adoption agency in 2015. And I saw this, it says wishes do come true. And I was like, I need this. Well, it finally fits her because I think it's 4. Yeah, size 4. So she can wear this for white night. And hopefully it's not like pasta night. Anyway, I'm bringing 3 dresses for her. 1 will match my dress. I wear the same fancy dress, the same every time it's formal night. That's just how I roll, but she doesn't roll that way. So she'll wear this one here and the matching one of the one that I have, which is currently, I can't seem to find it. It's somewhere in the closet, but I'll dig it out. And then we have blue night, and I thought it's not quite the Norwegian blue that they're looking for, but I'm like, I really like that one. That was another one. I think this was like the second outfit I bought her. But yeah, so that, and then she'll have 3 pairs of tights when we do excursions. So these will go into check luggage. I'm not carrying any of this on. My daughter doesn't like shoes. She has Down syndrome and autism and sensory things. Alaska was kind of hard with her to keep shoes and socks on because as soon as she gets her shoes off, her socks will come off too. She'll take them off. So what we defaulted to doing was having her wearing tights with her socks on, in like putting her socks on and then putting tights on over top. So we are bringing 3 pairs of tights. So that way she has 3 pairs of tights to wear on excursions and when we're out and about. And then when we're on the ship, I don't care. She can be sockless on the ship because most of the time we're inside. But it just gives us an option to have some stuff. Again, these are thin and lightweight. I only am bringing 3 pairs and I can hand wash as I need to. But mostly just for excursions because we're out for a long time with excursions. And also people judge. When you're on a train or when you're standing outside with a glacier behind you, even having just tights on, people are like, but it's like, she has 5 pairs of socks on underneath, people. Anyway, do not judge my shoeless child. We also use this like every single excursion in Alaska, and it's just a rainproof jacket, like a waterproof jacket. It does so good. It is so nice. It's not super warm per se, but it kept her completely dry even when it was wet. We do have a rain cover for her stroller. My daughter has mobility issues and cannot walk long distances, cannot do stairs consistently. So she is in a stroller as her mobility device. And so I do have a rain cover for it. When we went to Alaska, we used a different stroller that I've now sold because I actually absolutely hated that one for Alaska. It was not good for excursions at all. So I did buy a rain cover for the other stroller that I have issues with, but it actually works out better. But anyway, bought a rain cover for that one. So we will have that with us, but I still like having a raincoat on her because we get on and off buses and stuff like that. And if it's raining, I don't want to get her soaked. So I'm also going to pack her a zip up hoodie, and then she's also going to wear a zip up hoodie on the plane. I prefer to have a zip up hoodie just because it's easier to take on and off, and I find planes cold. So let me know in the comments below. Do you find the planes are cold as well? But yeah, so she'll have a zip up hoodie, and then that way she can have that on and off the ship. And I might considering bringing one of her other jackets too, but I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't decided. I think she'll be fine. Like I said, she runs a bit warmer with just zip up hoodies and then her rain jacket if she needs it. But I'm slightly considering with like Tromsø and Honningsvåg bringing a warmer jacket for her. Not quite a winter jacket, but something that's like fleece lined that we can then layer with like a long sleeve shirt, a zip up hoodie, and then that. So for this cruise, I am actually bringing all the diapers in a separate duffel bag. I've done it before where I vacuum sealed all the diapers and put them in my suitcase, but being such a long cruise, especially with the pre-cruise and post-cruise stuff, and I don't have a big suitcase. I have like kind of that medium kind of check luggage one, not the big one because I will overpack it. And so I'm like, I would rather bring the extra suitcase. We each get a suitcase to check. So I will have one suitcase, she will have the diaper suitcase, and then we'll be fine. It's a collapsible duffel bag. So this is all diapers and wipes. I'm not putting any clothes in here because this will actually fold up and go into my bag when I'm done. So by having it this way, I don't have to worry about it coming home just on the way there. I've considered buying diapers in location and then stuffing them in there. That's what we did with our very first cruise. We flew to my parents' house. I bought all the diapers. I put it in one of those bags, and then we brought them to the ship like that. But it's more expensive that way. My daughter has subsidized diapers because she is over the age of what should typically need diapers. So because of her special needs, we get subsidized diapers. So if I'm paying for diapers, especially in a different currency, it adds up to be so much more expensive than what we get them for here. So it's like, even if I had to pay for the check luggage, it would make more sense for me to pay to fly the luggage with the bag than to buy it there. Now, there might be some times that I'm like, actually, I just want to DoorDash them and not deal with diapers at all. But my daughter has sensitive skin. I have scent sensitivities, so like I can't do Pampers because they're scented. I heard the ones in Norway are not. But either way, it just makes it so much easier to bring diapers that I know fit her, I know work for us, and not have to worry about it. Probably by the time we get to our 21-day Mediterranean cruise, potentially my daughter could be out of what we currently use Huggies. The Huggies diapers can give us. So she might be in specialty diapers, and therefore we would need to bring in them anyway. And it's train time again. Anyway, if you do have a child that's still in diapers and they can stand, I highly recommend getting the Huggies slip-on diapers. They are more absorbent than a pull-up. I do not find them as absorbent as the Huggies, whatever we use, whatever's in the white box, the cheap ones, whatever the Huggies ones are. We do not get these ones subsidized, so I only use them when we are out and about because my daughter is too big for most change tables. She also has a lot of trauma when it comes with change tables due to orphanage stuff, and so she does not like lying down on an unfamiliar change table to have her diaper changed. So these have been a lifesaver. I had asked in a Facebook group about standing changes, and people highly recommended these. So these only go up to size 6 though, which is what my daughter's current size is, but they are so nice. They are reclosable. Giving like a diaper review here, but they are reclosable, but they make it so much easier to change her diaper. So these are what I will be bringing in my carry-on for the flights and any excursions. I will be bringing these. When we're on the ship though, I didn't want to spend $1 bazillion on these. I am bringing her regular diapers, which are just these, the Huggies Snug and Dry. Just these ones. That's what's in the big bag. And so this is what we will use on the ship. We will go back to the room for almost every diaper change just because it's so much more convenient and more comforting for her to be changed in a familiar place. When she's not in a familiar place, these are what we need. So I'm bringing a bucket load of the other diapers. Knowing your child is what's best for you. My daughter goes between 7 and 8 diapers a day, so that's what I'm bringing. I'm actually bringing probably closer to the 8 or 9 diapers a day, just to be on the safe side. Mexico, I almost ran out of diapers, and I did run out of wipes. I had to hunt down wipes. Bring more than you think you might need, but be prepared that you might have to fly some of those home or give them away or do something with them. Don't bring too many. That's what happened when we went on our first cruise. I think I brought like 12 a day because at the time she was going through about 10 a day. And I ended up with like, I don't know, 50 extra diapers. So don't bring too many extra, but make sure you do have enough to last you. My daughter will also sometimes, she has no bladder or bowel control, so she will sometimes go to the bathroom while you're changing her, and so sometimes waste happens, and because it's like, I just put that on you and now you just peed in it. But anyway, so yeah, bring more than you think, and if you're traveling with a baby, bring all your formula. Be prepared for needing more than you need, especially if your flight is delayed or there's any delays at all. You want to make sure that you have more than what you need, so that way you're not left without. So the rest of the stuff that I'm bringing, so some of it's very specific to us. So my daughter co-sleeps with me. It's not ideal on a cruise ship because she won't sleep on the floor. I actually jokingly had said to my brother, maybe we could try the mattress on the floor again, and my daughter just laughed. So that's not gonna happen. So I am stuck on a twin size bed with my daughter for 13 nights and then 8 nights later. But whatever, I'm stuck on it for 21 nights next year. But in the pre and post cruise, we are staying at a hotel where there's a twin size bed and then a double. And so we will have the double bed. And so I have these inflatable bed rails. I've used them multiple times at different hotels. I absolutely love them. They are perfect for co-sleeping. For 99.9% of our cruises, we stay in interiors, and the beds are pushed against the wall. So it makes it much easier, because we tried on Oasis to make it work with co-sleeping on a bed that was kind of in the middle of the room, and my daughter fell off of it. Twin size bed with a bed rail does not work. So if you are co-sleeping with your child in a bigger bed, highly recommend bringing these. Otherwise, if your child is still in a crib, can sleep in a play yard, welcome to do that. If they're willing to sleep on the mattress, just take the bunk bed mattress and put it on the floor. If you have an older kid, that's different, but that's what I said, kind of specific to us, but wanted to show you guys. If you're interested in a lot of this stuff, there'll be a link in the description that says like my favorite products, takes you to my website, travelingbeyondboundaries.com, and it shares kind of my products that I enjoy. A lot of them I think all of them are affiliate links, so it helps support the channel. Amazon's great. Anyway, I also fly with the my Cares harness, kids fly safe Cares harness. I'm thinking of two different things, but my daughter's almost too big for this, sadly. I think it only goes up to 50 pounds without a medical. 44 pounds. There we go. 44 pounds. So actually she's got a pretty, and height is 40 inches or less. So that's maybe where she might be hitting that. I'll have to check. But so she's going to outgrow this soon. So this might be her last flights with it. But I actually really like these because it keeps her in an upright position. She still sleeps with it. It's way more safer when taking off and landing. It just makes me feel so much better having it. So I do fly with that in my carry-on. I'll do a whole video on what's in my carry-on, and then also what's in my embarkation bag and my medic bag and my toiletry bag. I'm going to do separate videos on all that stuff. I also travel with this like collapsible changing pad. I don't know if I'm going to bring this one or another one. I'm kind of tempted. Look, I only use this when cruising, and this was like for my daughter's feeding tube, which we no longer have. Woohoo! I might bring a thinner one, but I like having a change mat to use in the room in case she has accidents or anything like that. I don't want to get the bed dirty. The thing I like with this one is it's really big. I usually only put it under her bum because that's the only point that really needs it, because she is getting kind of big. I thought about getting some sort of like pad thingy, like the can't remember what it's called, but the super absorbent pads, and doing that with her, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's too hard. And that's why we switched to a lot of standing changes, but in the room, I still like to do lying down changes. I also bring a leash for my daughter. Judge all you want. It's for her safety. And yeah, it's really nice. It has, she doesn't mind it at all, but it does have like the wrist strap. You can do it as just wrist to wrist. Everything's kind of put together here. You can do it wrist to wrist. You just take this part off and put it wrist to wrist, or the whole harness. She prefers the whole harness, but it gives her that flexibility that if she doesn't want to hold my hand, she can wander a little bit by herself, but it keeps her safe, especially a child with autism that wanders and elopes, and a child that is obsessed with water, and you're on a cruise ship and you don't need her to be running away from you in a way that puts her in danger. So anyway, I bring this. I like it. We're also traveling with an inflatable bathtub. cruise ships, you have showers unless you're staying in like a mini suite or above, or you're at Disney. So it's kind of hard to bathe her, and in previous cruises, it's been kind of a nightmare sometimes. But we have an inflatable bath. There's baby ones, and then the one that we got is a bit bigger. It's more like a toddler size. She was having fun in it, just sitting in it. I have to find it because I can't find it. But and then I just have this collapsible cup, and this is what I love using because it's just so lightweight and thin. And then I just go like that, and that's how I pour water. She is very, very, very scared of shower heads. So unless I'm in the shower holding her and bathing her, well, she's still screaming, but she's slightly more comforted because she's hanging on to me. But this tends to work really well with her because she can just splash. But bath time, not the best on a cruise ship for her. She doesn't do well with unknown bathtubs. And this is even with like hotels and stuff like that. She's a great traveler, but there's some trauma going on with that kid. So yeah, if you have any tips on how to get your child to actually be okay in different bathtubs, let me know. But I bring that. I'm hoping the inflatable tub will help a little bit, if not in terms of her fear, but in terms of the ability for me to bathe her better. Because like I did a whole video on it, and I'll try to remember to link it somewhere. But if you search how to bathe, bathing tips for kids, I put like a thing on the drain, and I try to block the drain and fill it up a little bit so she can splash. But it often isn't the greatest thing. So I'm hoping by the inflatable tub we can do a little bit better, but we'll see. The other thing I bring, which I'm not sure if I'm going to bring this time or not, is the My Little Seat. She still fits in high chairs, so I'm probably not going to bring this, but I wanted to show you guys. It's a little like portable high chair, and when she outgrows high chairs, this is perfect because I can strap her into a regular sized chair and do that. High chairs, she needs restricted access to climbing because if I let her just sit on a chair normally, she'll climb on the table. And don't be like, well, you need to be the parent to tell her. No, she does not understand a lot of things, and it's anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, so having her be restrained in some way so that she can safely eat. But I also don't like her eating in her stroller. We had that issue with Princess where the high chairs didn't have straps. We had this on the Navigator of the Seas too, but for some reason the Navigator of the Seas, she was okay with not having a strap. So maybe I should bring this because sometimes it's her mood. Yeah, like being able to climb out of high chairs isn't safe, obviously. So she ate in her stroller a lot, which for a child that is a choke risk is not a great idea. I also bring a handful of toys. I have like a swirly thing that she likes, and then crinkly wrapping paper, which is lightweight. But we really try not to bring too many toys. We bring more her fidget toys and her like stimming toys. We don't really bring playing toys. The reason for that is Royal Caribbean, which is who we are cruising with this time, has access to the Babies and Tots program thingy, which have bags. We checked them out on Navigator of the Seas, and it's just those couple toys that we can just borrow from there is more than she needs. My daughter is very, very happy with just hanging around, listening to karaoke, listening to shows, watching shows, going on excursions. So we don't actually need to bring a lot of toys for her. But depending on your child, feel free to bring whatever toys you need, but don't overpack toys. Don't overpack toys. If your child's going to the kids club area, if they're 3 and up and they're toilet trained and they can go access those, they won't need toys. They'll have access to all that. So try to pack super light with them. You don't want to be carrying all that around. All her toiletries and medicines I will go over in the toiletry bag and the medical bag, but they're basically the typical stuff with like hairbrush, toothpaste, that kind of stuff that you kind of probably already know. But just want to show you what her clothes are. If you like this video, like I said, don't forget to subscribe, join the Facebook group. If you're interested in cruising with us, we have some group cruises coming up for Mexico in 2025, and then we are also doing Alaska in 2026, but we don't have dates for that yet. But join the Facebook group, that will have the information there, and go check out this video because YouTube thinks you'll like it.